How are we doing? What is it, April or May? May? May 9th already. Wow. That's amazing. It just seems to go awful quick, and the older I get, the faster it goes, I guess. Well, we'll do some rapid fire. I'd like to say that I'm glad that the person who was bothering Moomay their account has been deleted by the YouTube forum moderators. Better turn the radio down. So that's good news. Monarch mentioned a couple of things and what he'd like to see in government, and I agree with a lot of them. One of them I thought was kind of interesting. He said no government vehicle should be under 5 years old. And I thought, well, that's probably not such a terrible idea, because that would encourage people to be less wasteful. I just bought this truck. It's a 2009. I bought it last October, but I plan on keeping it till it's a rusty old bomb. I don't know how many years I'm going to keep it exactly, but I would say probably at least 15, unless it's in bad shape sooner. Or whenever it's got well over 100,000 miles on it and the body starts to rot out, then of course I would replace it. But when it's past its best use and making a half-hour a day vehicle trip twice a day becomes no longer feasible, then I guess I would replace it. But I wouldn't turn it in every 3 years. I think that's kind of wasteful. So then I never have done that. Now, as far as the government goes, I might have to disagree that all government vehicles should be at least 5 years old. The reason being that I think that, this is my opinion, of course, I think that it's important for the government to support the automakers. I don't mean give them money when they've wasted it, but I think when the police department needs a new fleet of cars, buy a new fleet of Crown Victorias. Get a new fleet. When the government or when a municipal organization needs some work trucks and plow trucks, buy some Ford or Chevy or Dodge trucks. Oh, I'm avid about that. It's got to be General Motors, Ford, or Chrysler. Municipality should not buy an imported car. If it's your personal car, it's your choice. You can buy a Toyota, a Nissan, a Honda, a Mazda, whatever you want. It's your car. But a government organization should not buy anything that is not made by Ford, General Motors, or Chrysler. There should be no imported cars in the government at all. As far as longevity goes, I do agree, not necessarily that every car should be at least 5 years old or more, but I know for a fact the post office uses vehicles, they call them LLV, which means long life vehicle. The original ones that they went to after the Jeeps were, I know this for a fact, they're based on a Chevrolet S10. And the first one started in 87. Along about 2000, they switched to the Ford Explorer chassis instead of the Chevy S10. But again, they plan on using them for 25 years or more. So that's I don't think that's such a bad idea. Now again, I think you got to survey the situation. If it's wore out, motor's got 150,000 miles on it, it leaks oil from everywhere, maybe it runs but it has terrible blow-by, gets antifreeze in the oil, probably needs head gaskets, and the body's rotted out too. I don't know if it's smart to save it then, but I do think that you should keep a vehicle until about that point, because I think that makes the most economic sense. But it's a good shot in the arm to the automotive industry to buy a new fleet every so often. And it may be only once every many years, maybe over a decade. And I have no problem with that. So that's my take on that today. Thanks.